to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast with your hosts, Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright.
Oh, welcome in, one and all.
Oh, man.
After that trade deadline?
No voice Andy's boring. I can't breathe. I can't get enough breath in my lungs.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast.
Yo, everybody.
It's the hands that gets me on that video.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the podcast.
Wednesday, November 5th. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, the voice is a little beat up, but I'm here, and we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. We had the unfortunate, I guess, privilege of recording a show right before a million unexpected trades went through, and the trade deadline for the NFL is not normally this active, and then we got the Jacoby Myers trade on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it wasn't too much, but
the nice thing is we're every day, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah, we're right back here.
If news breaks today, you'll hear about it in the morning.
Yep. So we'll talk through the implications of a couple of these trades and the trades that didn't happen, right? I mean,
there's a few. There's
Breece Hall.
one upsetting. That's the one, Breece Hall.
And that came down to I mean, this is just put it on the same framework of a fantasy football trade. It's like, we'll give you a 4. We want a 3.
Yeah,
give you a 4.
That was the Chiefs.
We want a 3.
It was reported that the Chiefs offered a 4 and the Jets held firm for a 3.
And nobody blinked.
And then there was the very fortunate for Michael Wright, all the rumors of the Patriots.
Oh, yes.
Bringing in a running back.
Yeah.
And it did not happen.
Oh, that's weird.
Not Tony Pollard, not Breece Hall, nobody.
You nerds.
Not when you got Terrell Jennings.
Eh?
No, I mean, I posted a video with all the touches for Travion Henderson yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, when you watch the video and you watch the game, we just need to remove the emotion of the beginning of the year, the draft season, the hype, all of the baggage,
expectations,
and look at the film and recognize this. If he scores in that game, you got everything you wanted from Travion Henderson that you could have asked for, and he just didn't score.
Yeah,
I mean, that's literally what
I thought he looked good. I thought he
you
looked
don't
good
count
on the video.
You don't count.
Okay.
You're biased. You could watch him run backwards 5 yards, get tackled,
That's
and fumble,
true.
and be like, but it wasn't his fault.
I
We
have
call that the Ken Walker.
I have complaints.
But I will say, as a more unbiased third-party watcher
How dare you.
of the film, I thought it was really good. My complaint is they're using him like a 230
That's the complaint.
pound back. Like, get him out in space. Let him, let him do some
I
zone
feel like
runs.
there was maybe 2 or 3 outside runs, and there were one was a pitch. He hit a hesitation. It's hard to say.
Hizzy.
And read the blocks perfectly. Got a nice chunk gain, and then my complaint about the targets of everything's just like that. Check down to the outside. It's like I don't know the name of the route. We call them a Texas, where it's you angle out, but then you angle right back into the middle of the field. It's like Hendo would eat on that route.
Well, look, you can't there's two sides to the Henderson discussion. If we don't want them to use him like a regular running back, that is a humongous problem for Travion Henderson. You got to run him inside.
Yes.
If you want him to be a 3-down
Yes.
back, you have to function in the offense that you need a 3-down back in. So you've got to like Devon Achane does this all the time. You have to run him inside because if you want him to become what we want him to become, you need to execute that. I think
it's more we want opportunities.
Well,
Achane's the perfect example because he runs inside all the time, but then they get him out on the edge. They pass the ball to him a ton. Those type of things, try to get that type of a playmaker in space. But the film was not bad. He didn't get the touchdown, and we have one single opportunity inside the 5. So we don't know if that is the role that went to Jennings or if it's that just happened to be who was on the field and he got the touchdown.
The comp I would give you is what Chicago has done with DeAndre Swift. The first 4 weeks, he was not being utilized properly. He was running at 3.3 yards per carry, and that's because he had one decent game. He had week 1's 3.1 yards per carry. Then he had week 3 against Dallas, 2.5, 2.7 against Las Vegas. They go into the bye week, and they're like, hey, maybe we get the fast guy on the outside as well, and then things have really turned around. So, and look, I'm not a professional offensive coordinator, but as the nerd in my mom's basement watching that, I thought the film looked good. There could have been some better utilization choices added in.
No, I think it's that's fair. And as we get into everything on today's show, which will include backup options, all the trade news to talk through, Thursday night preview, some mailbag, we also want to do what we do every Wednesday, which is announce the current Megala Bowl leader, Smokey the Bear 97.
That's changed, right?
Man.
It is, although I think Smokey the Bear was around the top.
Preventing
Puka
forest
Nukem
fires and dominating.
since 97.
Puka Nukem still in second.
Yeah, so congrats to those teams still fighting at the tippy top of the Megala Bowl. Signed James Cook jersey giveaway still going on at footclangiveaway.com. And I am trying to decide whether I say something right now.
Well, once you say that, just so you know for future reference, when you say that part out loud, the decision has been made for you.
I know what you're going to. Yeah.
So
do you
say
think it's something I should say?
Yes.
The trade analyzer.
Oh,
you didn't know what he was going to say?
I did not know where he was going.
I knew what he was going to say.
I mean, but now.
Why say yes?
Because you had something that you
Because you wanted to know.
I don't like getting teased, you know?
Yeah.
I want the reward. Give me the cherry.
Jason is leaving the show.
Yeah. You're welcome, everybody.
Ever since the mustache went away,
yeah.
the feedback he's getting from family, friends,
Self,
he's retiring on account of a follicle-related.
trying to grow it out as quick as I can.
It's funny.
out.
I shaved for the Daniel Jones, and then, I came in and I was like, man, I really thought I'd have more of a 5 o'clock shadow to look like Daniel Jones, and then you're reminding me I'm not Italian.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really miscalculated the level that I shaved. The trade analyzer in its beta form should go live sometime today.
Ooh.
That's what I'm going to say.
Awesome.
Okay.
So we know that trade deadlines are coming soon. We want you to have the opportunity to go and play with that. It is one of a huge assortment of tools now available to you at jointhefoot.com. And so we're very excited about it. We've been working hard. It will hit the app at some point as well, but it'll be on web first. And so we want you to go ahead and take advantage of that. We'll certainly get it out on social media when it's officially live. But we're very excited. This is something you guys have asked for literally 10 years. So it is still, you guys are going to use it and test it. I'm sure we'll have some feedback on it. But it includes the ability to, you're bringing in your league and your opponent's rosters. You'll be able to do trade analysis. There's an in-depth trade mode. There's the ability to add draft picks to the equation to be factored in. And so
Works on redraft and dynasty.
yeah, so it's supposed to be a tool. Our goal with Start Sit tool, our goal with rankings, our goal with the trade analyzer is not to make all your decisions for you. Our goal is to give you all the best, most relevant data and information, contextualize it in a way that's easy to consume, and let you make a decision based on how we weigh those things. Because every league is different, right? You can go in and we ask it on the show all the time, oh, in a vacuum, would you do this? Well, you don't live in a vacuum in your league. You have 11 other managers or 9 other managers. So very excited to get that out to you. I know you've been waiting for it. So jointhefoot.com for that. And let's jump into backup options.
Backup options, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Well. The waivers going through today. A lot of players getting dropped. Isaiah Davis being one of them. A lot of people holding on to Isaiah Davis thinking he'd be the number 1 running back in New York. It didn't happen. Jaden Daniels, one of the most frequently dropped. Yeah. Kyler Murray, who I think Kyler Murray will hit.
We got more.
IR.
We did just get a tweet here from Adam Schefter. This was yesterday. But it was Kyler Murray and the Cardinals have consulted multiple doctors on the foot injury. They've been told timetables for recovery have been anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks with an increased chance of setback until it's properly healed.
Yeah, the increased chance of setback
Is
Jacoby Brissett. This is Jonathan Gannon went on the Burns and Gambo show yesterday, a local network here, talked about the fact he would have made Jacoby the starter regardless of whether Kyler was hurt. He said that on the show. So the injury is convenient. It's a nice cover for Kyler being able to get put on IR, which is going to happen. I'm telling you.
Feel like it?
He's going to get put on IR because it's the cleanest path to a new future for Arizona. People have really gotten upset with me about saying Kyler's the better quarterback. He hasn't been the better quarterback recently. Historically, Kyler was an MVP candidate a handful of years back when the Cardinals went 7-0 and they were a competitive team. His ceiling with his legs, combined with him as a passer, that is a really high ceiling historically. Ever since the injury, he has been very passive, bad in the pocket, unable to complete downfield throws, unable to stand in there and take a hit. He has changed as a quarterback, and he's not a better quarterback today.
There are two versions of Sam Darnold. There is the fearful young Sam Darnold and the fearless stand in the pocket Sam Darnold that we've seen over the last couple of years, and it makes all the difference. And it's gone in reverse for Kyler. Kyler used to stay in the pocket a little bit more, scramble, keep his head up, his eyes up.
Downfield.
Yeah, exactly, and make plays. Now it's like the I'm seeing ghosts version of Sam Darnold with Kyler, where it's like as soon as there's pressure near him, he's so fearful and timid, and the play's done at that point. Just put some pressure on him.
Yeah, or he'll just run for 3 yards to get the play over with. It's Jacoby is much better for this offense. We've seen it for 3 consecutive weeks. He's actually in streaming conversations as a fantasy quarterback.
He's on several of my waiver lists today. I have Dak in a lot of leagues.
Yeah, if you got Marv or McBride,
it's great.
This is good news for your fantasy team.
Yes. So Kyler dropped a lot. Jaden Daniels dropped with the Jaden could come back, but probably not to the point where you're like excited to play him going into your playoffs if he happened to come back, and we don't think he probably will. Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt, another big name, getting dropped a lot. Makes sense. Bam Knight as well after the down week. Darnell Mooney hasn't done anything. Matthew Golden, who we'll talk about. Keon Coleman, some other names getting dropped. If you didn't get who you wanted, I do have some other names to bring up. We each got a name for you. I'm going to bring up Chris Rodriguez Jr. for the Washington Commanders for a couple of reasons. One, he was the team leader in rushing, and he ran much better than JCM this past week. The way JCM is running right now, it seems inevitable to me that they need to try different things. The offense will not be as good with Mariota anyways, so the odds of JCM having success, staying in that role, to me, I think the team could turn it over to Chris Rodriguez.
But what if I did this, though?
Only one person.
Does that convince you?
We're almost to the amount of Bills in that little drop as bad games that he's had in a row. So, yeah, Chris Rodriguez was 12 for 65 and 1 on the ground. To me, if you need a spot start, if you're deciding between Nick Chubb and Chris Rodriguez, you can take a swing at them.
Chris Rodriguez is Darius Slayton. Chris Rodriguez is a guy who's he's always been fine whenever he's been given an opportunity, and they just do not want to give him opportunity. They hate that dude.
It's like Dearness Johnson.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like just pooping on the ground in the locker room or something. They just something behind the scenes seems like no matter what he does, he can't get on the field.
That dude never flushes.
He's running. He's running 4.7 a carry.
No, they need to give him a
season.
shot.
Yeah, I would love to see him take over and just get an opportunity to be the guy. I don't think it's going to happen, but I like this as a pickup. Chris Rodriguez is out there on a lot of waivers.
12 carries is a lot of carries.
Yeah,
a lot of opportunities.
You know, in our main league of record, there's never anyone out there, and Chris Rodriguez is like available. That he is someone that should be rostered for sure.
Now you have an interesting name.
Now I'm curious though. Who would you prefer if you have JCM? Would you cut Bill for Chris Rodriguez because he's running better and might have the opportunity, or the rookie who they want to have success with, who's getting the kind of starts? Would you keep Bill?
Well, let me answer it this way, and it might be cheating. I would start Chris Rodriguez over JCM this week.
Okay, that's fine. I will accept that.
All right.
Cheater's answer. So I've got two names here. The first one pains me
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. Yesterday, Mike, you said that you would cut him, and that's fine.
Yeah.
A lot of people are cutting him. He is on the most cut list right now. It's rookie wide receiver Matthew Golden.
What?
Yeah. Here's the thing. We talked about Luke Musgrave, who I don't think is going to inherit Tucker Kraft's role. He doesn't have the yards after catch
do his
ability.
best.
He'll do his best. He'll do his darndest. But Matthew Golden is still a first-round rookie wide receiver on a team that needs someone to step up, on a team that just lost their leading receiver in Tucker Kraft. It's a long season. Rookies get better as time goes on. And, I think it's a mistake to drop Matthew Golden if he was out there. I've got a roster where I held on to him, and I'm sure when waivers run here for us in an hour, we're going to see Matthew Golden hit a lot of waivers. I would be fine if you've got room to pick him up and still hope. We've seen a few plays that, could have changed how we view him right now, and the season is long. He sucked so far. And I want to throw out another name. This isn't to pick up right now. This is really probably to pick up next week, but just keep on the radar. It's Phil Maffa, honorable mention, 7th-round rookie pick for the Dallas Cowboys out of Clemson. He's a beef boy. He's a 235-pound body. Yeah, sure. He was back to practice. He was seen back at practice. He's been on IR the whole season. He did not have his helmet on, but they're on a bye week right now. I think that when they come out of the bye, that they will activate Phil Maffa. They cut Malik Davis as well. The Cowboys did. So as the backup, I don't think Blue is it. Blue's had the opportunity, and
He was a healthy scratch.
Yeah, he was inactive.
Exactly.
So just keep it on the radar. Deeper leagues, dynasty leagues.
That's all I'm saying.
Mike, you've got a defense.
I do. Sometimes you want to get ahead of things, even though I think that the Ravens DST, they're in play this week. I like J.J. McCarthy. Last week was much better, but just because it was better for McCarthy doesn't mean it was great. And the Ravens defense, over the last month, they've allowed just 13 points per game, second fewest in the NFL. They went from who we are targeting to, I think they're figuring it out. And if you're looking at, like the Ravens DST as a whole against positions, you're doing it wrong. You need to be filtering by the last month and seeing how teams are trending. And the Ravens defense is getting it going. Like I said, I think they're in play against Minnesota, but this is more of get ahead of it.
Do you remember the season in which Denver's defense gave up 73 points?
Yes,
to
to the Dolphins.
To the Dolphins. And what happened over the second half of that season with that defense? I mean, there are when you have major health problems like the Ravens have had, you have an offense that didn't have Lamar Jackson that puts you in short fields.
Yeah.
And the game script changes completely. The fact that they have the third easiest rest of season schedule is something to put on your radar for sure. And you need to be doing this every week. If you don't have a backup option, you need to add. You don't have a bunch of injuries. You got a spot on your bench. Throw a second defense on there
Because next week is Cleveland, and then the week after that is the Jets.
Yeah, I mean it
great.
makes so much sense.
I mean,
Isaiah Davis is now the Jets' third best player on both sides of the ball.
On both sides of the
like
ball.
I mean,
they sold
a 3-week run here for a DST in a row is you should not ignore it.
They sold and they should have. And
Yeah.
I think they did a great job with it, and we'll talk about it in just a second. That was Backup Options, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com. We'll take a break. We'll hit the news.
From Curtis 50 Cent Jackson and the executive producers of Power comes the final season of Force. Tommy Egan is back, and he's going all in. Turf wars, betrayal, and chaos erupt. Will he finally become the kingpin of Chicago? Don't miss the explosive season premiere on November 7th, only on Starz and the Starz app.
Lowe's knows Sundays are for football, so tackle your home improvement projects by Saturday and earn your Sunday with great deals on Cobalt power tools, Pit Boss grills, LG appliances, and more. Then, once your to-do list is done, get ready to kick back, relax, and enjoy the game. Shop in-store or online now and earn your Sunday with help from Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
News and notes from around the league, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Well. The trade deadline, it came and went. Your fantasy league trade deadlines are coming soon. And the trade that broke on the news or on the show yesterday, Jakobi Meyers traded to Jacksonville. The final terms of that deal, Jakobi for a 4 and a 6. I've seen discussion about them potentially retaining Jakobi Meyers after the season with a new contract.
Seems like you'd want to try.
You could
4 and
also
6.
see, depending on Travis Hunter's progression, they may still want to move on from Brian Thomas after the season. It's possible. It's been as disappointing a year as you can imagine for what Brian Thomas was last year to this year. Now he's hurt again. Jakobi Meyers, they did say that the slot role was going to stay with Parker Washington.
Makes sense.
And so I think Parker Washington is still a great pickup and a great play. Jakobi Meyers, short week, figuring out an offense. I don't know how relevant you guys view him for fantasy, but I don't think immediate.
Some hope.
Yeah, I do think he'll have relevance this year, but this week they're going to the Houston Texans, who have not given up a lot of points. Great defense. They're number 5
against wide receivers?
They're number 5 against wide receivers.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if about schedule adjusted or not, but just in general, they've given up the 5th fewest. So Jakobi first weekend against a tough defense. I'm not playing him.
Rashid Shaheed was traded by the New Orleans Saints to the Seattle Seahawks.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Do you?
I do. I really like this. I like this for both parties. I'm a little.
Are you one of the parties because of Olave?
Yes, I've got.
Because it's not the two teams.
Those
it's
are
like
the two parties.
The Seahawks and Jason.
No, it's Jason
me
and Chris
Olave. I like it for both of us.
Okay.
So I went for the Dynasty show that came out today. I went and rewatched all the Tyler Shuck film, and
did you bring my anti-nausea medication?
That was my expectation. He was not that bad. He really was not that bad. They barely touched the ball. The Rams just dominated. But on a per play
Wouldn't
basis,
that be
the film
part
looked.
of they're not very good.
Well, that was the Rams just controlling the clock. Time of possession was one of the fewest amount of minutes. I don't have the stat in front of me right now, but it was like
all-timer.
It was an all-timer. So that's why he only threw the ball 24 times, and he wasn't that bad. His pick at the end of the game was like, the game is running out. You got to launch this ball. It was terrible. But he was okay, and he was okay with Rashid Shaheed. But the to take the jokes aside, the landing spot for Shaheed, this sucks for Torrey Horton, but Shaheed is such a good downfield threat. And Sam Darnold, his downfield ball this year, his catchable percentage of deep passes is 81.5%, which is outrageously high. Like if he finished the season there, it would be an all-timer. So I think it's good for Darnold.
This is amazing for
Seattle.
Seattle.
Great
It's amazing.
for Darnold.
I mean, Cooper Kupp is a part of the offense. Torrey Horton's a part of the offense. Arroyo's a part of the offense. Now Shaheed, who takes the top of every defense. He's 27 years old. And then JSN. I mean, I saw the Seahawks at number 2 on a power rankings today, and I'm not sure that I don't agree with that. But I think,
But you think it's okay for an argument?
I think it's okay for an argument. I think that they're playing that well, and their defense is that good, and it's just a shame for them they have to go up against the buzzsaw that is Jacoby Brissett this week, because that's really going to slow their momentum down when Jacoby goes in.
There's no way. There's no world where the rug gets pulled out from Jacoby Myers. Just impossible.
Jacoby Brissett.
I say Jacoby Myers every time I bring up.
It's a reunion with Shaheed for Coops, who, if you remember the beginning of last year, when you're like, well, wait, are the New Orleans Saints going to actually be good? And you're like,
no, they're not.
No, it turned out they were not. However, I mean, I think there will be a couple games where JSN doesn't get the big play because Shaheed. This is not me moving JSN down my rankings at all, but the fact that you have Shaheed, who's so good down the field, and he'll end a few drives throughout the season where you're like, oh, there's a 40-yard touchdown to Shaheed. So I think this is great news for Darnold, who he's kind of been living in this fringe streamer. Maybe he's an every week start. I think this could push him into being a just put him in the lineup no matter against who he's playing. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, you were definitely the most excited of the group in terms of just what this means for the Seahawks. Sauce Gardner traded to the Colts for 2 firsts and 80 Mitchell.
Woo!
Oh, man. The 80 Mitchell part is, I think, smart but hysterical. Do you guys remember? Have you've seen the video from the draft where 80 Mitchell was taken by the Colts 1 pick ahead, and the Jets just celebrated because they didn't draft Malachi Corley. So then they traded up. It wasn't one pick ahead, but then they traded up to get Malachi Corley.
Whoopsies.
And now a couple years later, it's like, hey, we'll take that guy. That we.
It's huge for the Colts, man. It's a lot to give up. I think it's a good trade for both teams. I mean, the Jets, they get rid of a contract. They get multiple first-round picks. They were going nowhere fast. What was the tweet? If you weren't here for the rebuild,
You don't deserve me at the rebuild?
yeah, I mean, it's nonstop for the Jets.
Do we feel bad for, like, the college star quarterbacks right now? Because it looks like with this draft
They're going to get
ammunition, one of them's going to the Jets.
Yeah, well, not according to them necessarily. I mean, the
We'll
comments out of the Jets were that these picks could get used
for
for another
a veteran
quarterback like Kyler Murray, hopefully. Quentin.
Oh, no. Whoa, Jets. Whatever you do,
Don't fix your problems.
Don't steal Kyler from us. We will be devastated.
Oh, no. Don't do
Please
that.
don't.
Please
don't. We'll do it for
Williams.
two.
Cowboys traded for Quentin Williams.
It's so hilarious.
They're drunk, man.
Jerry
sucks,
Jones
though.
running things is
Jerry Jones is literally going senile in front of our eyes. It is.
it's very funny. But the to me it was like, hey, fantasy football. You're telling me the Jets just lost Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams? This is fantastic. This is like from a team that the Jets defense could show up every once in a while.
The issue is
But now
their offense can't get first downs.
Exactly.
Man.
The issue is
No, I'm talking about my teams against the Jets.
I know, but even still, like if you running backs, great, awesome. Without Quentin Williams and with a giant lead, you're going to be running. But it's one of those things where it's like when the Bengals have a bad defense or the Cowboys have a bad defense, it's wonderful for fantasy
Sure.
for both teams in that game. This one isn't quite as exciting because the offense for the Jets, I don't think is going to be able to keep up with how bad their defense is. And unfortunately, yesterday I really enjoyed mocking the trade of going and getting a Bengal defender to improve your Cowboys team, but this is a legitimate
the Jets are already
upgrade.
given up the fourth most points in the league already.
Yeah, but it's even better now.
The Quentin Williams to the Cowboys, that's going to make an impact. I mean, Andy, you shared a video today of one of their defenders on the Jacoby Brissett quarterback sneak.
Oh, it was just unbelievable. It's unbelievable what happened. The Cardinals were sneaking the ball at the 1 yard line, and the two defensive tackles just went to block outside players. It was just comical. But yeah, Quentin is a good run stopper. He has not pressured the quarterback well this year. I think he has a sack on the entire year. Their commitment to DTs and not Micah Parsons is strange to me, but and it's not going to fix Dallas's defense. But there you go. Two big defensive trades. Cardinals named Jacoby Brissett the quarterback. We talked all about that already. There you go. Aaron Wilson said the expectation is Stroud is not going to play this week. Davis Mills should start for Houston. That sucks for Nico Collins.
I think he'll be okay.
Brian Thomas Jr. dealing with a low-grade high ankle sprain. Would you
what's
rather
better,
have a
a
low-grade high ankle sprain or a high-grade low ankle sprain?
I think you'd rather have a high-grade low ankle sprain.
I want to invent something
think-
that stops the old ankle sprains. I'm not sure how to do that. Ricky Pearsall evaluated this week to see if he can return to practice, called the timeline fuzzy. I bet he doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Purdy, like the Ricky Pearsall story now is it sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically played 3 games.
It seems like the 49ers are very committed to being healthy for the playoffs and not for the regular season.
But I mean, that's a tough game to play.
Yeah.
If Mac Jones gets you to the playoffs, you going to bench him for Purdy?
Shanahan would.
I don't know, man. Shanahan literally, yeah, I don't know. That was News and Notes, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Should have taken another breath right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thursday night preview.
I'm out of here.
Thursday Night Breakdown.
Las Vegas at 2-6. They take on the Denver Broncos, who are 7-2. The Raiders did compete against Jacksonville this past week. Denver, though, 9.5-point favorites, on fire. Over-unders 42. Raiders implied point total is 16.5 points. on Thursday.
That is also the implied interception total for Geno Smith.
16.5.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the under there, but the Broncos defensive front, they are getting after quarterbacks. They have 40 sacks on the year. The next highest in the NFL is Detroit with 28. They're on pace to break the all-time record. Now, that doesn't mean it'll happen, but that's just an example of how great their pressure has been. And when you add that to the other side of the field with Geno Smith has not looked good, certainly not in pressured situations, I don't have high expectations for him.
Well, in this game, you play Brock Bowers and you play Ashton Genty, and you check out probably because
don't forget to cross your fingers and hope.
Just for those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
Ashton Genty is if we get that receiving work, you'll be okay.
Which you will. You will because Jacoby Myers is gone. Besh, Thornton, just
does Besh get to play?
That's the thing. Tyler Lockett.
Or are we going to roll Tyler Lockett out again?
Just play Genty and Bowers because you're not going to not do that. Genty will have 20 chances in the game, and Bowers is Brock Bowers.
Yeah, where did you post the quote from Pete Carroll?
I just reposted it.
Yeah, I thought it was nice to hear. It was talking about, Genty's doing great. I wish we would have got him the ball more on the perimeter a couple of times.
Oh.
But here's the thing. This is self-evaluation. He says because about 20% of the time you're going to get him down. We just got to get that done more because it's so obvious. He's seeing that and saying, we need to get him the ball on the outside.
Yeah.
But
send that to the Patriots.
Yeah, it went through my mind. Like that kind of self-evaluation went through my mind of like, hey, get a little bit more opportunity out in space.
Well, the other side of the ball, a little bit more confusing when you talk about the running back position for Denver. RJ Harvey is performing on limited opportunities, 27% of snaps, 32% of snaps, and yet RB6 and 11 because of the painted part of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Got into the end zone for a third straight week in the receiving game and only had 2 rushing attempts on the game.
Seems like
seems like a scary start.
Yeah, so Dobbins is a very easy start. Dobbins is darn near a must start in this because you expect the Denver Broncos to be up. Last week he got 15 carries to RJ Harvey's 2. So even though RJ Harvey had the touchdown and against the really good Houston team, J.K. Dobbins was not able to be efficient, didn't have a good fantasy production, was outscored by RJ Harvey. He's certainly the player you want over RJ Harvey. That being said, if you have to, like if there's a break glass case of emergency, if they are up a lot, that's where RJ Harvey will get more work. And he has been very explosive as advertised, as hoped for when they drafted him. So Dobbins must start, Harvey in consideration. But
DeMarcado or Harvey?
Yeah, that's a perfect example. I would prefer Harvey.
Chris Rodriguez or Harvey?
Harvey.
Yeah.
But that is the tier. So it's not something you want to play, but it's something you can play all 3 of those guys if you need to. A reminder, though, because he is the type of player that is going to be coming in off your bench, if you start him, this is Thursday Night Football. Put him all the way into the running back slot. Leave your flex spot open.
Yeah, the explosiveness is helpful. Bo Nix, quarterback 7 in fantasy points per game on the year. So he's been a fourth quarter quarterback.
Yeah, I mean those. He shouldn't be.
He's going to need
7.
it. He's going to need it early in this one, I think, with the way the defense is going to play.
And let's throw Cortland Sutton the ball.
You know he's 30th in expected points for the first 3 quarters.
Bo Nix.
That
makes sense.
And 5th in the fourth quarter. I don't know. You never know what happens on Thursday Night Football. We've been surprised before. The Geno Smith played his best game of the season by far last week. It was against the Jacksonville defense. It's pretty good. I mean, 29 for 39, 74% completion percentage, 284 and 4. If you want higher upside in this game, you got to hope that Brock Bowers can somehow not be covered by Denver because he can't really be covered by anybody. So,
yeah. And I mean, reminder: Troy Franklin is just continuing to see an incredible amount of targets. It didn't work for either him or Cortland Sutton last week against the Houston Texans. Wasn't a super shocker, but 10 targets. The last 3 weeks.
Super shocker.
The last 3 weeks. He sounds like a WWF guy.
Yeah.
Last 3 weeks, 10 targets, 8 targets, 10 targets. Like Troy Franklin is. I think he's a fine play this week.
Yeah. I mean, the Raiders are beat at the wide receiver position. those targets are happening. The implied team total for the Broncos, they're expected to score here 26 points. So, yeah, he's an okay start. And I remind you.
I remind you of this drop.
I want it to be Pat Bryant, but it's Troy Franklin.
Yeah, it is. And Jason said it yesterday. You're going to have some ups and downs, but that's the way it goes at the wide receiver position. You've had that with Cortland Sutton, and you don't doubt starting him. You got to rely on opportunities. It's like I always say.
Target share is there.
Targets matter. Just not in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's fine.
You guys want to talk some mailbag?
Yes,
Sure.
sir.
Mailbag. Presented by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV.
All right, let's answer some of your questions. If you have a question for the show, you can go to the website, thefantasyfootballers.com. Click that Submit a Question button, or you can dial our voicemail hotline, 302-464-TFFB. We do have a couple voicemail questions we'll kick it off with and see if we can help you out for this upcoming week.
Hey, Ballers. I got a really tough question. I am really solid at running back, and I've got a good record. And I've got Ken Walker. I'm tried to trade him. Nobody wants him. I'm thinking of dropping him. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, man.
That is crazy. Now, I'm going to read you the last 4 weeks.
Did you hear our waiver show on running backs yesterday?
Yes.
You don't want Ken Walker more than those guys?
That's kind of where I was going. And there is no one to pick up on waivers, and you cannot have enough depth at running back position. While his performances have been very poor for fantasy, 9 points, 4 points, 6 points, 7 points the last 4 games for Kenneth Walker.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
He's
it's
also
been really bad.
He's getting, double-digit opportunities every single game of the season. And the offense now, I think with Shaheed, and they're catching their stride, the better the offense does, the better it is for Kenneth Walker.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe his numbers are that low. He can make a big play at any moment. You need to keep him on the roster. Depth is so important. I agree. That's just depressing.
It is depressing.
You need to change. We need to change what he is in our brains.
Yeah, he's a running back too.
Well,
he's averaging 9
3.
point. He's averaging
probably a 3. He's
sure,
a,
yeah.
3.
He's a roster. If he feels like a roster clog right now.
Well, look. I will put you in a position that you have a tough decision with a drop.
Okay.
You want one?
Yep.
24% of leagues, this guy was available as of today. Probably not anymore because the waivers went through. But just for the fun of it, Kyle Monangai or Ken Walker on your roster?
I'd rather have
Ken Walker. Because I don't believe that, even though as great as it was for Monangai, I think he goes right back to his.
Walker's a committee back too.
Yes. Yeah. But I think he might be the leader of the committee. I don't know. But
2 of the last 3 weeks, Monangai top 12 running back. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a more interesting question than
I don't. Yeah,
that's one where the names can be
the names
the
can
overwhelming
be,
part of it.
But I think if you factor in, there's been 2 times where Ken Walker's been a top 12 running back this year as well, and you factor in the fact that Swift was out, and that won't always be the case.
It's insane.
And they scored like 40 points.
Of how the Seahawks are so great, and yet both of their running backs are essentially like
They're diaper gravy.
You put them in, and you don't want to. That's wild.
Yeah. They when you have a committee and they're just doing what they need to do in the offense.
I mean,
it's not great.
Ken Walker
JSN's doing
So actually,
well for Ken Walker.
in fantasy right now, half PPR, it looks like Ken Walker's averaging 10.1 fantasy points, Charbonnet 8.9 fantasy points.
I mean, I would. Are you telling me you would play Ken Walker over Monangai this week? Because I would not do that.
Is DeAndre Swift playing?
Regardless, let's just say he is.
I would probably play Walker.
Okay. All right, let's go into another voicemail.
Hey, Ballers. This is Jake from Virginia. Quick question. I'm number 2 in my league, and I have Jonathan Taylor. In that situation, would you trade Taylor for Bijan? Straight up swap. In my mind, it could potentially secure the bye based on their running back schedules, and Jonathan Taylor still has a bye while Bijan already had his. Thanks.
I mean, I like the way that you're thinking in terms of like paying attention to who's had the bye week and trying to get the bye for your own team.
Oh, man.
My first initial immediate gut reaction is like, no, you don't do that.
The Colts schedule. I did not realize what was about to happen. So they get Atlanta this week. Who knows? Who knows which Atlanta defense will show up? But then you're on the bye. Then it's on the road against Kansas City,
Houston.
at home against Houston, at Jacksonville, at Seattle. Yeah, I mean,
You have a fantasy championship week against Jacksonville. You get Seattle, San Francisco, like you said, Houston in week 18.
and you can get Bijan.
The Atlanta run.
Bijan's passes by. Atlanta goes Indianapolis this week, Carolina, New Orleans, the Jets.
Championship week is against the toughest run defense in
Yeah,
football,
that part
though.
stinks.
I think that's a really
It's
guess
a fair
it's
question.
a courageous trade.
I guess I'm open to it. I remember we had this.
Can't you get more than Bijan if you wanted to?
Maybe, but the I don't know. If I have Bijan, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not going to pay a lot to go get Johnny Taylor. Like we had a few years ago, we had this situation where Derrick Henry was destroying, and you looked at and his strength of schedule was the end of year was against just the juggernauts.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it.
What do you do?
I think
Let's say you have that big button in front of you to push that button. Are you pushing it? I have so much more
I
confidence
have
in
Jonathan
the
Taylor.
Indianapolis.
I have Jonathan Taylor.
I'm not doing it.
I'm
Mike,
not,
you have Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
I don't. It's weird. I feel like
I like the Colts.
I don't think I would. I wouldn't do it from either
either side.
direction.
That's kind of how I feel. Like
if I had Taylor, I would not trade to go get Bijan. If I had Bijan, I wouldn't trade for Taylor.
No,
it's weird, but I think that's true. They're just
That's
the same.
so irrational.
But yeah,
I like the Colts so much more. They're such a better offense. They had Sauce Gardner. The running game is going to be even more a focal point. Jonathan Taylor can overcome a tough matchup.
yeah. I would say the only position where I would certainly make this trade is kind of the opposite of what he laid out, which is like if you're struggling and you need to get some wins, which most people, Jonathan Taylor, haven't been struggling too much. But if you look and you see real significant bye week trouble and you're still trying to make the playoffs and you're on the outside right now and you can skip that bye,
Yeah.
I'm
open to that.
That's a pro move that you can do.
I did have to go glance at the game against the Rams, #1 run defense when they played them in week 4. The Colts.
Mm-hmm.
He's 12.1 fantasy points. It was his worst game of the year. Oh, no.
No,
Pittsburgh
last week
Pittsburgh
was a
Yep.
disaster.
All right. Here's a question. Joey from Joey AZ on Instagram. Should I start Tyrone Tracy or Kamara? Or just trade them both for nothing?
Oh, man. So Tracy.
I'd play Tracy.
Tracy was in a timeshare.
Yep.
Like, he played 44% of the snaps. He had 9 opportunities. Meanwhile, Devin Singletary played 56% of the snaps, had 10 opportunities. Oh, so Tracy's not a slam dunk play. Alvin Kamara's been
been so bad. The last 3 weeks.
trade for nothing. I think I'll do that one.
The last 3 weeks for Alvin Kamara, 4.4 fantasy points, 5.5, and this past week, 0.2 fantasy points. That was against, I will say this, the last 2 weeks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, hard to run on. The Los Angeles Rams, we just mentioned,
Impossible.
the #1 run defense. So it could get better. I don't think Shuck was too bad.
And he can't over-target Shaheed. I'm going to play Kamara.
I'm going to go Kamara, but you might be right to trade them both for nothing.
I'll play Tracy. Justin Jefferson trade offer here from YouTube. Ethan wants to know, would you trade Jefferson for Waddle and Jake Ferguson?
No.
I wouldn't.
No.
Instagram question was, offer Justin Jefferson for Kyron Williams. Is that a good
fine.
trade?
If you need a running back, it's perfectly fine.
In this case, they would be getting
Or if you
They'd
need a
be
wide
getting
receiver
Jefferson.
and you have
So whenever there's a straight 1-for-1 running back versus a wide receiver, what you're really asking is it a fair trade? Because this is team specific, needs, depth, what you have around them. Take a look at your team and see what position you need more and where you can withstand losing the player. It is a fair trade across. Like Justin Jefferson is a little bit higher within wide receivers than Kyron is within running backs. Running backs are a little bit more scarce, so I think it's a fair trade.
I just looked at it in our trade analyzer.
Oh,
It's dead middle.
There you go.
It's fair.
Dead middle. Projected. Yeah. There you go. So
We did it.
that's BB on Instagram. Marvin Harrison or Quentin Johnston this week? Marv at Seattle. Huge against Pittsburgh.
I want to say huge.
I want to say Marv. I think I'm going to say Marv.
Okay.
Harrison being forced-fed the ball at the beginning of the game and then turning out that works. There was the report that came out that, like, on the bus, right before the game, they decided the opening drive, they're going to, like, heavily target Marv and force him to get
That's
involved.
the way
early.
it was worded. Yeah.
Guys.
Got an idea.
You're
27
hold on.
games into his career.
Let me finish the idea before you call me crazy. What if that guy we took number 4 overall, what if we just pepper him with targets?
We warmed him up over 27 games.
Like that was the fact that
the
they
Cardinals
came
are going to
out was
outthink themselves
embarrassing.
and go, now they're going to think we're going to do it again.
They'll never
Do you know
see
how
it.
dysfunctional all of our thoughts are about this team? All right, let me take a break and we'll get into some more questions. What's going on, Foot Clan? Look, if you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. I say no every time Al Borland sends me a trade offer. But it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, and no BS. Here's why you should say yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. Ditch overpriced wireless and their jaw-dropping monthly bills, unexpected overages, and hidden fees. We don't like those. Plans start at $15 a month at Mint, and all plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text, delivering on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts over. So if you are ready to say yes to saying no, make the switch at mintmobile.com/footballers. That's mintmobile.com/footballers. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on the unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. And right now on Prize Picks, you can get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. You like Josh Allen this week? How much? More on passing yards, more on rush yards, more on touchdowns? Well, you can do that, but only on Prize Picks. And now they have a new feed tab where you can go follow your friends. You can directly copy their lineups in one click. Maybe you want to follow along with us on the Footballers or just someone whose picks you like. You can do that on Prize Picks. We've been having so much fun this season in our head-to-head battles here on the Footballers. And you know what I really like is making the beginning of the game really interesting. Like this past week, I had Javonte Williams. I took the less on in his first 5 rushing attempts. Will he have more or less than 18.5 yards? Bryce Young, will he have more or less than 7 completions? Things like that. It makes the beginning of the game truly an event, extra special, extra fun for your fantasy football weekend. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code FOOTBALLERS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code FOOTBALLERS to get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
All right, Matt on Instagram wants to know Jalen Waddle or Nico rest of season.
Ooh.
Oh, man. That's kind of sad.
There's an article that came out on the website today looking at dynasty tiers.
Oh, yeah,
amazing
the Borgogan.
Really good article by Kyle, kind of in the context of discussions you guys had on the Dynasty show. I was looking at all the tiers and the breakdowns in there. The 3 that got me the most, that were I thought the hardest decision-making process for, I think it was tier 3, tier 4 wide receivers, was the Garrett Wilson, Nico, where they belong. Where Nico was down in tier 4 in this article.
Yeah.
And that kind of bugged me.
Yeah.
That was the one that stood out as do I agree with that or not?
It's wild. But
because of talent versus what's happening.
On a non-dynasty standpoint, having lost a lot of the other wide receiver options, including Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle's been very good.
He has.
I also look at week 16, week 17, Cincinnati and Tampa Bay.
Oh.
2 teams that, you're going to need to
Juicy.
score
Are you
on.
going Waddle?
I'm going Waddle here.
I think that's the right call. Man.
Crazy.
Malachi on YouTube. Sup, meowlers.
Sup?
I don't know if I like that. Meow. Little Mac here, and I was wondering what Breece Hall's rest of season outlook is with him not being traded. He'll be used so much.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. I mean, I tried to put myself in Breece Hall's shoes, and my goodness, I mean, this is like a lame duck running back on a team that has not really wanted you and yet is totally willing to listen to you and give you tons of work when you want it. And like,
oh man, his tweet
he's so funny.
Where
he's got nothing to lose.
After the trade deadline was over, and he said, he's like, I'm paraphrasing here. He said, "Oh, I'm sick about it, losing these guys. I'm so happy for them."
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, wait, you just came out and said these guys who left the Jets, so happy for them.
Well, when you're the player, you're the human being, and the team with their actions. I mean, I'm not privy to all contract discussions, but with their actions and what's being reported is like he's not being offered a lucrative long-term deal from the New York Jets.
Oh, of course not.
And then
no, that's not happening.
And yet at the same time, they're like, no, but you are valuable because we will only trade you if we get a third-round pick. Like, which one is it?
Mm-hmm.
Am I valuable to this team or am I not?
Well, here's the
How
real
do you make
truth.
that decision as a Jets franchise to not trade him for a 4 when you're going to let him go? You want to win more games and have a worse pick?
I don't know. It's weird.
I still don't know how he will factor into the compensatory pick math. I presume he'll get a good contract, but that's what I wanted to bring up is like what's going on for Breece Hall rest of the season? What's his outlook? He is playing for his contract now. He going into last game, he said basically, I need the ball 20, 25 times. And it worked. They got their first win.
Andy said it a little differently.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Keep moving.
Did you?
You missed the joke the first time, and you're missing the second joke?
Yeah, I
we
guess
don't
so.
need to bring it up again.
I definitely think he's going to be very good for fantasy rest of season.
He's got a couple brutal matchups here of Cleveland, New England, Baltimore. Then you get – I mean, Baltimore looks good on paper, but I think it's going to be tough.
I'm not looking at Breece as the key to my fantasy championship.
Yeah, just trying to figure out if the schedule can tell us anything. Then Atlanta, then Miami. It's going to be tough, but he will get the ball so much.
We still don't know who the quarterback is, though. Keep that in mind.
That's true.
It was can't you give the budget magician stuff, right? The competitive advantage. You know who didn't need the competitive advantage this week? And it's rare we can give him credit.
Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah. A lot of value to establishing the quarterback at the beginning of the week is what he said.
What you're saying this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, last week you kind of did it.
I'm talking about this week.
All right.
He did come out early and say there's advantage to just having it established as your quarterback.
I mean, you lose that competitive advantage, but
there's advantages to everything.
Rashid Shaheed or Jameson Williams rest of season. Jamo got into the end zone again this week. Great play. Shaheed, I would go Jamo. I have to withdraw.
Yeah, I get that. I actually would go Jamo as well. Off the bye, they seemed like they wanted to get him involved. He was involved. Their schedule opens up, and Shaheed, we don't know how involved he's going to be. It's still JSN's team, so it's close. It could be the wrong call, but I would stick with Jameson.
It's funny because it's a very similar situation.
Do they catch a touchdown or do they not?
I mean, that's the Lions are Amon Ross team.
This was I brought the stat up earlier either in the season or in the offseason where it was like Jameson Williams and Rashid Shaheed were drafted in the same draft class and had played the exact same number of games, and it was their stat line career. And Shaheed dominated Jameson Williams.
Right.
Jameson
missed a lot.
No. They played the exact same amount of games.
The amount of games.
Same 100% amount of games.
Yeah, I with Horton and Cup and Arroyo and stuff, I don't think Shaheed's going to get as much as maybe Jamo, but who knows?
Maybe. It's
it's close.
I think it's safer to go with Jameson Williams. I mean, just the complete unknown of Shaheed, but like the Lions running backs are going to score points. And as of right now, the Seahawks running backs are scoring 0 points.
Hatfield, how do you handle league mates that don't respond to trade offers? Hatfield on Instagram asks us.
Shake my fist at them.
The question, they don't respond.
Public shaming. I don't know. I mean, usually the truth is the people that don't respond to trades, what I do is I text them or I DM them on whatever platform. Like if you're playing on Sleeper, try to poke them.
Yeah.
Usually those people that never respond also don't respond to the DMs or the pokes. So then, yeah, public outcry.
The only problem with the public shaming is that does not get you a yes on the trade.
That is true.
It gets you a no on the trade.
It
guarantee.
might get you a future response, and because the player goes, I should respond to trades.
Rob asks a follow-up question or similar one. What is the best app to play fantasy on that would promote trading the best? Tired of boring leagues? We play on Sleeper.
Yeah, and I would say to answer the question, there's pros and cons in all leagues, but if you want something that promotes trades, that means promoting communication, and Sleeper's great at that.
I wish that Sleeper, and maybe they're listening because
sure
they often are. I wish that there was the option or ability to man, this is going to sound so old, but I wish that when I used to get a trade offer when I was on ESPN, I'd get an email when the trade comes through because sometimes their notifications, their mobile notifications, they don't always work.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a notification, sometimes you don't. I've had times when they don't.
Yeah, to be able to turn on email notifications for trades specifically.
I feel like for you it'd be a good old-fashioned phone call.
Right.
If they could give me an automated, because they have my number.
Dude, I'll take a text.
Like, this is Sleeper.
You have been offered Jameson Williams. Or fax me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go door to door. I don't know.
But
boring leagues suck. People just respond to trades. How about that? Just respond to them. You don't have to do a lot. Just click no.
But I don't care. That's the thing. Like, I am someone who often doesn't respond to trades. It is 100% of the time because I didn't know a trade was made. I just don't see it.
Somebody needs a phone call.
I have too many notifications because I think I get the notifications, but I get so many notifications. I'm just like I'm ignoring everything now. Yeah, the phone call would help, Andy.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you from now on and say I just sent you a trade offer.
I would never be upset. Could you imagine being upset if you got a phone call from anyone in the league ever, and they're like, "Hey, I just want to let you know I made you a trade offer." That's like a little golden nugget of happiness that's placed inside me. Like, ooh, I got a. Who's not when you see trade offer proposed? When you do recognize that notification, no one goes, "Oh,
yeah." But I'm trying to take you.
Sure,
I can't call you if I think I'm gonna whoop you in this trade.
Oh, sure you can.
Maybe. All right, that was today's mailbag. Watch every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket in YouTube TV. Visit youtube.com/fantasyfootballers. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games. Base plan required. Excludes digital-only games. Commercial use excluded. No refunds. That is it. We're done. This show's over. No more trades for the NFL, but more for your fantasy football leagues. And make sure you go to jointhefoot.com. We'll get that trade analyzer up there very, very soon, and you'll be able to test it out.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Join our fantasy football community on jointhefoot.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.